Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Have you been watching the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's political movements of late? If you haven't, please take time and start following Rigathi Gachagua, his movement, his speeches, his actions. Since Rigathi Gachagua started this movement of trying to unite Mount Kenya and went ahead to state that he is supporting one man, one shilling, one vote, he declared an all-out war with this boss, William Samoei Ruto. And you've seen him boarding a plane, the KQ plane, after it was, we were told that he has been denied a chopper. And by each passing day, Rigathi Gachagua is giving Kenyans a very clear indication that he will be on the ballot in 2027. You can take that to the bank. If William Ruto attempts to abandon him, because that is what I have realized is happening, Rigathi Gachagua will be on the ballot. Number two, Rigathi Gachagua is acting as if he has got nothing to lose. After all, he was just a DO in the Moi regime, then became a member of parliament, a one-term member of parliament in Madira constituency, then he became a deputy president. In fact, he is being told blatantly that he was never the first choice to be Ruto's running mate. It was Kithure Kindiki. Recently, William Ruto was telling Rigathi Gachagua that the people who were given that chance to select or elect a running mate, a deputy president, had suggested the young tax people like Dindi Nyoro. But William Ruto revealed to him that I chose you because we are almost of the same age. So by doing that, they do not know that they are making a mistake. They are making Gachagua to feel like, I have nothing to lose. I was never the choice. I was not supposed to become a deputy president after all. So Rigathi Gachagua is acting as if he has got nothing to lose. Number three, Rigathi has studied William Ruto. He took that script. It is like when William Ruto was giving Uhuru Kenyatta headache and sleepless nights, Rigathi Gachagua took notes. And now it is time to implement what he learned. I followed Rigathi Gachagua's event today in Ruai. And Rigathi Gachagua will make William Ruto lose sleep. You've seen the way William Ruto has charged everyone, the cabinet, and all the leaders from Mount Kenya to attack Rigathi Gachagua. But Rigathi is a no-nonsense man. He can face William Ruto to his face and tell him, I will still unite Mount Kenya. And he has got no apologies to make. Kindly listen to Rigathi Gachagua's speech today, and you will know that Rigathi Gachagua is trying to appeal to the people on the ground.
Mimi sina sauti katika hii Kenya. Mimi ni mtu ya kusikiza ground. Mimi nasikiza ground. Ukisikia kitu ninasema, ni ile ground inafanya nini? Ni ile ground inasema. Na mimi kama Rigathi Gachagua sina sauti yangu. Mimi naongea kwa niaba. Mimi naongeaga kwa niaba. Na ukisikia nimechukua msimamo fulani, iko watu wengi sana nyuma yangu wananiambia msimamo ni huo. Yeah? Neguado itu. Neguado itu. Yeah? Na tuendane na kufukuza. Hawa watu wetu hata kama ni maskini, hata kama ni villagers, wako na heshima yao. Na ningetaka kuuliza viongozi wote ya Kenya, tuache kutukana wananchi. Tuache kukula tumeshiba tunaanza kuwatapikia. Tuache tukikula kufungua tumbo. Wewe kama umekula vizuri ni sawa. Wale bado kula waachie heshima yao. Hata kama hawana chochote ya kukula, heshima tu. Kaatigu wadu waitu. Ogeteo tu. Aria mareta bakao unale matiga tutahikire. Kaatigu.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to that speech, you'll realize that Rigathi Gachagua has changed. When William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua took oath of office, whenever Rigathi Gachagua he was promoting William Ruto. He would go to a place at an event and will say, William Ruto has sent me. President William Ruto and I am supposed to help the president. But he has changed. Since the times we were told that they had differences and William Ruto started frustrating him and people like Ndindi Nyoro were being unleashed on him, William Ruto placed checkmates here and there. Rigathi Gachagua has decided that he's going it alone. And when you study him carefully, he is speaking the mind of a villager. What exactly does it mean if you read that speech? That is what I want us to look at. Allow me to request you to subscribe to our channel even as we delve on this. Click the notification bell to allow YouTube to notify you. Please help us share videos and like our videos so that they can be recommended to more people. To all our subscribers and all our supporters, allow me to thank you in a very special way. Ladies and gentlemen, you will realize that Rigathi Gachagua is now terming William Ruto and his group as Mabwenyenye. He has now assumed that position of the hustler and is accusing them of people who have detached themselves from the ground, because he's telling them, anytime I speak, I listen to the ground. In fact, he is now repeating it for the second or third time. He told Kimani Chungwa when people like Kimani Chungwa were telling him that he should not be uniting Mount Kenya, and he told them that all politics and every politics is local, that you must listen to the people. Now he's telling them that he has listened to the people. Whenever he speaks, he does not speak for himself. In other words, he's not seeking anything for self-aggrandizement. He is listening to the ground. And if you listen carefully, what is it that Rigathi Gachagua is doing now, or what are the prevailing circumstances? One, there is the finance bill, and there is what the people is saying. There is unity that he has continued with, and there is one man, one shilling, one vote. So it is like he's telling these people, whatever I do it because I have been asked by the people. He's telling them there are people around me, and therefore William Ruto is now the rich and his group. You remember when William Ruto was campaigning in 2022, he had crafted this narrative of hustlers versus dynasties. William Ruto can no longer call himself a hustler. He's a deputy president. He controls power. He's rich and very wealthy. So Rigathi Gachagua has replaced him. Rigathi Gachagua is now coming up with a village narrative. And a villager is someone who is not all that very clever. That's why Rigathi is saying, mimi sio mwerevu sana lakini pia sio mjinga. So is that real village, and is replacing William Samoei Ruto. Number two, I have mentioned there are three things happening. Unity of Mount Kenya, one man, one shilling, one vote, and even the biggest elephant in the room is the Finance Bill 2024. Rigathi Gachagua is paving way to oppose Finance Bill 2024. Because when he tells William Ruto and his people that anytime I do something, I do it on behalf of the people. I speak on behalf of the people. I do what they have sent me to do. You all know that almost 90% of Kenyans have opposed the Finance Bill 2024. His farmers, avocado farmers, rejected the Finance Bill 2023 after it had been passed. Do you think Rigathi Gachagua will support the Finance Bill 2024? If he has made it very clear that anytime I do something, I have people behind me. In Mount Kenya, they have rejected. They don't want it. In fact, they have marked their leaders wanted. And they want to monitor very closely with a fine-tooth comb how they are going to vote. So Rigathi Gachagua is setting grounds to oppose the Finance Bill 2023. Why? Because the people have said, because right now Rigathi Gachagua has now, you remember Raila said that Rigathi Gachagua is now a Paul who has seen the light. It was Saul. It was the biblical Saul. Now he's the Paul. So Rigathi has decided that he will no longer please William Ruto. He's going to please the people, and that is it. So I have a feeling that he's paving ground to oppose this bill. Rigathi Gachagua is strengthening his campaign, his village campaign. I am a villager. You have seen t-shirts being printed, you have seen caps being printed, and Rigathi Gachagua has realized that very innocently and subconsciously, Kimani Chungwa referred to him as a villager. And he took that slogan. He's the campaign tool that is going to use. So he's strengthening it. That's why he's talking to people. He's telling them, wacheni kudharau hawa watu. Hata kama mmekula. Ni nani huyo amekula? The MPs. And for him to talk about this, he simply means that these people, even though wameshiba, let them not burden Kenyans with these taxes. This is not the first time we are seeing Rigathi Gachagua does that. The other day, when William Ruto was busy demolishing structures in Nairobi that are built on riparian land, he said it. You continue demolishing structures of these hustlers, they are waiting for you in the ballot in 2027. So Rigathi Gachagua is continuing and strengthening his village campaign, and he even mentioned it there. He has now become officially a villager, mingling with the people, resonating well with them, just the same way William Ruto used to do in 2022. And Rigathi Gachagua mastered everything. It is now to implement what he read. Number 3, Rigathi Gachagua is doing this because he wants to take over Mount Kenya. In most of his speeches, you realize that he mixes a lot of Kikuyu, the Kikuyu language. He wants to speak to them. I remember him saying in Mombasa that there is no way speaking, talking in English with people who do not understand. Why? And he's saying that when you are with your people, ongeni lugha yenyu, hakuna haja kumix, English na nini, if they can understand English, your local dialect. And so he's taking over Mount Kenya. He's serious about unity of Mount Kenya because he wants to take Mount Kenya for himself. So that once he has them in the pocket, then he will tell William Ruto, chaguni lako. We are either going as a team, as your running mate, or I go it alone, or I look for like-minded coalition so that we can partner together. And that is what he's doing. It is a trend that has left. And there's nothing, he's very unapologetic. He has said it in front of William Ruto, and he's telling William Ruto, this is a bottom-up unity. And if you listen to that speech, that is what it means. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, Rigathi Gachagua is preparing for 2027. He has begun his campaign. He does not care. He's testing waters. It is like I said, I started by telling that Rigathi Gachagua has got nothing to lose. They have made him to me believe so. So he can decide. William Ruto has got everything to lose. He wants to win for his second term. Rigathi can decide, okay, you abandon me, then we all lose. We both lose. I win the support base of Mount Kenya because now he's got a lot of sympathy. He can team up with Uhuru Kenyatta and they kick out UDA from Mount Kenya. And they ensure that William Ruto does not see light of the day. If he doesn't go it alone, because even going it alone means he picks a chunk of the votes, or he looks for someone to become his running mate. If he decides to tell Raila, wewe simama ni kusupport. So Rigathi Gachagua is simply preparing himself for 2027. And you can take it to the bank that he will either be on the ballot or he will support a candidate that will rival William Ruto, unless William Ruto changes tune, because he's becoming a headache. He's confronting William Ruto and telling him facts, and he has started resonating with the local people. Let me complete this analysis by asking you, are you a villager? As for me, I'm still weighing options whether I'm a villager or not.